You all set for the parade?
Yeah, just finishing the makeup. Cool, did mine earlier.
That's the Ivory Coast flag.
No, green, white and orange. Ireland.
Yeah, but you're orange, white and green.
No, green, white and orange.
The mirror flips it.
Oh, I am the Ivory Coast.
Paul, check it out. Liam's the Ivory Coast.
No way. What an idiot.
You're the Indian flag.
Huh? No, I'm not, am I?
Oh, did you do yours in the mirror as well?
You sure?
You got the chakra in the middle.
Oh, I'm the worst Irish person ever.
Oh, look, lads, don't worry about it. Sure, St. Patrick wasn't even Irish, was he?
What do you mean St. Patrick wasn't Irish?
Well, he was Welsh.
What? Then why is he our patron saint?
Because all the best Irish people aren't Irish. I mean, look at Jack Charlton.
He's Irish.
No, he's English.
Huh?
Yeah, and Michael Flatley as well.
He's the Lord of the Dance.
Yeah, he's American.
Michael Flatley. I thought he was as Irish as potatoes.
Potatoes, there's another one.
No, please, not potatoes.
But they came from Peru in the 16th century. So.
Next you're going to tell me that begrudgery isn't even Irish.
Oh, came with the Spanish Armada.
Oh, them and their big fancy ships.
This whole day is a sham.
This is St. Patrick's Day. It is our national holiday, and we will celebrate it properly, okay? And we're gonna go out there, we're gonna drink budget Polish beer, watch American marching bands, and set off Chinese fireworks, yeah? Yeah, and if some former member of Boyzone waves at you from a convertible, you will wave back.
Yeah!
Alright, come on!
Vive la Côte d'Ivoire!
What?
Go Ireland!
Alright, boys. Let's see what we think about these Yank bars.
You think they got Guinness yet? We Irish love drinking from Cork to Belfast. It's an old world tradition, so let's raise a glass. I stopped by the pub house and asked for a pint. The bartender looked at me and said, "What kind?" But the beer list was too long, so I sort of freaked out. Don't know the difference between lager and stouts. And I got a whiskey, turned out whiskey's gross. Can't afford cocktails, just give me a Coke. There's a drunk at the Touchstones, he loves Maroon 5. He bought 30 credits, you play them all night. We Irish love drinking both Coors and Coors Light. Just water for us, so cause it's a work night. It's crowdy, it's noisy, there's a band you can't see. Even though it's a sports bar, no sports on TV. To my left there's some frat guy, to my right bachelorettes. And
oh person, sorry, can I bum a cigarette?
I close out my tab, don't know what tip is fair. $9.95 for one ginger ale. This pub is a nightmare, good riddance to thee. Finally we're free, shit, forgot my ID.
we Irish love drinking, but not over here.
Your bars are the worst,
And most of them have weird mildew smell, right?
gentlemen, you're listening to yet another episode of Rogan Radio here on the friendly confines of Casa La Rogan.
Lumberport.
On the friendly campus of...
You already said that. Lumberport.
Listen, it's St. Patrick's Day. You're not supposed to talk sense.
I'm supposed to talk sex.
Sense.
Sex?
Sense.
Patrick's Day.
Sex?
St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Today is St. Patrick's
It's
Day.
St. Patty's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Woo.
You know, I was doing my Australian.
Look at the Irish.
You know,
It's kind of the same thing. Oh, Judy Ryder.
It's kind of hard at times to differentiate between English, Welsh, you have Gaelic, you also have Australian, because at one time, you know, you had, you know, England was all over the place.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's still all over the place.
And that's why. That's why we're going to start out the show, because it is St. Patrick's Day, which is totally an American thing.
Because we have our own Irish member.
We have our own Irish member, straight from Dublin.
Yep.
His name is McBruce Takahashi.
Hey.
McBruce.
And because if you've ever heard Gaelic, like Darren, you and Cindy were over there. You were over in Ireland, and it's hard if you hear somebody with a really thick Gaelic accent. It's almost impossible to understand what they're saying.
Oh yeah,
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it's hard to understand them at all. Man.
Yeah, it would be.
And
It would be.
They're kind of like West Virginia in that they have northern and southern accents.
Yeah.
That are very distinct, different.
And that's why we brought in an Irishman tonight,
Yes, we did.
McBruce Takahashi.
McBruce.
Yes. Oh, Takahashi.
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 So what we're going to do is, at the very beginning of the show, because it is St. Patrick's Day, we want to send our warmest wishes over to our, because most of us are Irish, at least on this day, everybody is Irish. Kiss me, I am Irish.
Everybody has a little Irish in them, right?
Well, you
Come
know
here,
what?
I'll put a little Irish in you.
Wait, listen, I didn't realize it was a Pirates Day. Even though if you listen to that kind of stuff, it does sort of sound like the music. It does
Are there
sound sort of...
pirates in Ireland?
there's
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yes.
Pirates. I think so.
Oh,
and in the summertime, they migrate to Somalia.
you're drunk.
You ever heard
Where's
of that?
that at?
It's
right off the
down
That's
there.
a different kind of
Africa.
pirates.
Yeah,
off
they
Africa.
migrate like sharks.
Oh,
It's in Africa.
By the way, on a completely
that's
side note,
cool.
Michelle was playing on her phone today,
Uh-huh.
and she's showing me all these things that they track sharks, great white sharks, and they'll tag them. They'll put like GPS stuff on them, right? And you can actually get online and track sharks. And you know you can do this.
West Fork?
Oh, that was piranha. That was a piranha. She told me. But we were watching these sharks today. And it's like, you are full of crap.
No, I've heard of that. They tag them. They see how they migrate and all that.
And they
blah,
do.
blah, blah.
And they migrate. And they think, scientists think, oceanographers think, that you know how, because when they watch these sharks go through the ocean.
They go like this.
No, well, basically it's in a straight line.
Yeah.
They swim in a straight line.
However, here's the crazy thing. They don't swim too far below the surface of the water because they think that their eyeballs come up and they're navigating by the stars.
Oh, you mean they come up like periscopes? You see little two eyeballs sticking out of the water?
Right before they eat you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to start out the show. Go ahead.
The one that's off right on the shore of Daytona, Randy Scott posted, was actually tagged in Nova Scotia, like when they first tagged the shark, but now it's in Daytona.
Yeah.
Well, they get around.
I want to be that shark.
You want to be a shark that was tagged in Nova Scotia?
Travel the world.
Listen.
Yes.
You want to get tagged in Australia and then come back and say West Virginia?
Why do you guys always turn everything around?
Why do you turn it into sex all the time?
Yes, exactly.
I'm talking about sharks.
You're hammered.
So anyhow, I want to start out this because I have a lot of ancestry from County Down over in Ireland, right?
County Down?
County Down. Everything is county whenever you go to county. Like we're going to go into a little bit later. Limericks. Everybody's heard of limericks.
Not really.
Well, limerick is a style of a poem, and more often than not, you hear them, and they're kind of filthy. They're kind of funny, kind of filthy.
Especially from Ireland.
Well, they came from County Limerick. That's where the actual poem started, and then you get a little bit of filthy with them. So, but everybody calls them limericks, just not so much other than the style of the poem. Anyway,
remarkable.
We have our resident Irishman straight from Dublin.
Yep.
And I want to send, because he can speak Gaelic, and we're going to send a special shout out because we have very a strong audience in Ireland, I'm going to send a special message so he can translate that.
Okay. All right.
I'm just so glad we have somebody from Ireland.
I am
in
too.
the studio.
No, I'm very. We're
excited.
We're blessed. We're blessed today
We are.
on this special day.
That was
Say
well
that.
done.
We are.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you ready, McBruce?
Sure. Let's try it.
Takahashi?
Let's try it.
Takahashi.
Let's try it.
Okay. Dear people of Ireland,
はい。アイルランドの皆様、こんばんは。
I love fish and chips.
あ、ポテトチップは大好きですね。
There is something even better than Guinness.
あ、ギネスよりは他にはいっぱいいいものありますね。
And that would be Murphy's.
あれはマーフィーですね。
Or Killian's.
あ、ケリアンかな。
Or Schmittix.
シュメテックス
I don't have the Shittix right now, but you know what? Maybe later I have to.
You will though.
The next time I'm in Ireland,
この次、アイルランドに行くときは
I hope to kiss the Blarney Stone.
Not baloney. Not baloney.
Baloney?
No, not baloney.
Okay.
Blarney.
Blarney Stone.
Well, you.
I'm not Blarney.
Oh.
That's kind of like.
I hope to kiss the Blarney Stone.
あ、この次行くときにはバーニーストーンにキスしたい。
And the Emerald Isles, because that's where my ancestry is from,
私の祖先はそこから来たんです。
will always be special in my heart.
いつも
Happy
心の
St.
中で
Patrick's Day
There you
to
go.
everybody in Ireland. That was the best Gaelic I've ever heard in my
Yay,
life.
McBrucey.
McBrucey O Takahashi.
You are Gaelic, Chuck.
McBrucey O Takahashi.
Yeah, I try my best.
Gaelic.
There for a second, when I first started hearing blow me stuff, I was like,
Blow me
what
stuff.
in
What
the
is
world? I mean,
Yeah,
there's
not
a breakdown.
baloney. Not baloney.
My baloney has
Blarney.
a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R.
My baloney has a second name. It's.
M-E-Y-E-R.
And if you ask me every day. No, that's
Why,
not-
I love it. I think you messed
I'll
up.
say that Oscar Mayer has a way of B-O-O-L-A-N-A.
DNA.
Yeah, DNA.
Well,
Spread that DNA, Chuck.
as you can tell,
On
it's
your
St. Patrick's
Blarney
Day.
Stone.
Good Lord Almighty. Hey, we're having a fantastic time tonight. The house is full. Chad's here. Michelle's here. We have Daniel. First time Daniel, you've been here actually
he's
before.
been
Have you actually
He's
sat
been
here?
here
once
before.
before.
Yeah, okay. We also have Heather down at the far end of the table.
Hi,
Hello,
Heather.
Aaron
Hi.
Gobla.
Whoa.
She
Dang.
said, "Air or go blonde."
That's
What did she
exactly
say?
what
What
she
did
said.
she say? Chuck?
I thought she said pay or go blind.
Pay or go
Pay or
blonde.
you pay or go blind. That means she's gonna slice your throat, boy.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
I'm getting
We're
all
not
choked
good
up.
Irish people.
Down at the other end of the table, we have another ginger. We have the lovely and talented Cindy Hardman. Hello, Cindy.
Hi.
Hey, do you have any Irish blood in you?
I have.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
About a half an hour ago.
Goodness. We also
Yeah,
had the.
per ancestry DNA, I'm like Scottish and Irish.
And we also have Darren.
Darren Hardman.
Who's a Norse that came over and invaded
Yep.
right.
I'm
Ireland.
Irish as well.
Oh.
From my mom's side.
Oh, very good,
from,
Dan.
From County Kildare.
Oh, are you? Very nice. Very
Why
nice.
do they put county in front of everything? Is that like?
Well, it was there long before the United States, and maybe the United States was wrong in this one.
I guess you're right. Continue.
We also have McBruce O. Takahashi.
Hello.
And straight from Pittsburgh, Jimmy Wiz. And Todd Captain Earl Beck.
You know, this is the first time you've actually introduced everybody.
For a long time.
of the show.
We used to do that all the time. But
Almost every episode.
We constantly have new people watching. So, like last night, we went up to the Meglers. Meagers, is that what it's called?
The Meglers.
Meglers.
Meagers and Keglers.
Keglers meet meters.
Yeah, we went up to Meglers last night there at East Point, and they have it's like one of these
Irish pub.
The Irish pub, an American Irish pub. So there was funny because when I walk around, and I haven't experienced this yet. I know Jimmy has said something, Chad has said something. When you walk somewhere and somebody comes up to you and they act like they know ya, but you have no idea, and then they figure out, oh, you're the guy on the internet guy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's who I am.
Kind of like I was looking at you last night.
Yeah, like who are you?
Wonder whether you could even see anything last night.
Grab my. Yeah, who is he?
Now, what is great though,
is this guy?
when you have these big gatherings like this, one thing that I love to do is go up. Say if you're in a bar situation, to go up and act like you know somebody, and you have no idea who they are. You talk to them. He's like, "Hey, man, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening?" And they're like, they look at you like you're halfway stupid. And
no, but they have to kind of reciprocate that.
They don't know. They don't know if they've seen you or not.
Yeah, so they're confused.
And then on St. Patrick's Day, that's great because everybody's kind of boozing them up anyway.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, when did like the patron saint, like a Christian holiday, come about to the point where you go out and get shit faced? When did that all start?
I don't know.
The first year they were dead.
Yeah.
Somebody had a drink on their behalf.
Yeah,
to remember
like a wake.
Yeah, like a memorial drink.
Yeah,
and just didn't know when to stop.
Well, I guess
that could be they turned green, got sick.
Yeah.
They said,
green
do
beer
this next year. Yeah, green beer.
Can you drink green beer? What do you guys do? Do you
I
have
had my green beer today.
Did you? Well, we could have.
Well, I should have went with you.
Daniel, do you have any Irish? I mean, do you have any Irish traditions that you like to do on St. Patrick's Day, or is it just like one of these holidays that's kind of Americanized, even though it's an American holiday, that you just go out and you just kind of it's like another day?
No, I don't drink anymore because of St. Patty's Day.
Just because of St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I had a real bad one like 3 years ago.
Right.
And that you learned your lesson. Most people don't. So kudos to you. Chuck has never learned that lesson.
It took me 18 years to remember that lesson.
You know what?
I was close.
Heather, how about you? What do you normally do on St. Patrick's Day? Anything?
Nothing really.
You just kind of just say, "Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day."
Yeah, just another day.
Yep.
Another
Just
day.
another day.
Cindy, did you ever get into anything with St. Patrick's Day?
Just typically going out with friends or
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Nothing specific though.
Yeah. It's almost like St. Patrick's Day anymore is more sort of like when it comes to New Year's. I mean, it's a big party.
Yeah, it's New Year's.
I don't know. You're comparing that to New Year's?
I don't know. There was a pretty big party last night. I
Yeah,
mean,
there was a
everybody
lot of
associates.
My friends
gatherings.
and I party more St. Patrick's Day than we do New
Yeah,
Year's.
absolutely.
Really?
I think so.
Wow,
Yeah.
maybe I'm just out of the loop.
Absolutely.
Because I don't really party either one.
Got some hardcore.
9 o'clock. I'm usually in bed at 9 o'clock.
Hey, listen.
I was in bed too early.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you should have came up. That Ooh of the 90s was playing.
80s enough.
80s Enough was playing last night.
Was
That's
Chuck
major.
actually really there? Because he seems real confused
I don't
about
know
what happened.
Yeah.
Well, I was there. No, I
kind of
drank-
fuzzy, Cindy. It's
No,
kinda-
I drank Pepsi all night because I was a designated survivor.
He was DD.
All right, I was a
Was he
designated
really?
driver.
Say what you was going to say.
Yeah.
You were the designated stoner.
Yeah. So I had had a drop up until today, as you can tell.
Okay.
The last time I had a beer was on Thursday. So today I was like, you know what, St. Patrick's Day, because I'm
catch up.
leading up to this. I absolutely do. And I have no problem with that. If you don't like it, I don't care. Don't
right.
matter. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Huh?
That's fine.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
But anyway, like last night, it was just such craziness. And I'm bad with names anyway. And people were coming up and talking to me, and I was talking to them, just kind of messing with them a little bit. And it's fantastic. That's what I like about St. Patrick's Day. Everybody kind of comes together. We didn't see any problems last night. And it was a place for 100 people. Then they had probably 6,000 in there. I mean, it was like a sardine can. It was fantastic.
And no trouble.
You ought to be
No,
at
it
the
was
fingers
great.
right now, then.
It was pretty packed today.
It was packed to the gills. And every so often they'd blow a whistle and everybody drank. And it was just, and there's this one guy in there just yelling, "There's my favorite bartender."
That is funny.
See, Chuck would have went there, brought his own whistle. Chuck would have been the guy sneaking a whistle in there.
You want to come over here and blow this whistle?
Wow.
Anyhow.
Wow.
We also have a couple things to talk about tonight. And
We're like, what?
We have
no one's done
It
it.
sounds like a tornado's coming.
it does. It's an equipment malfunction, and it runs in the family
Somebody help.
because at one time, until I fixed that microphone, every time we would do this show, Darren would like touch the microphone, it would fall off because he was trying to manhandle it. Then now all of a sudden, Cindy comes in and she's manhandling the microphone, and that thing's falling all over the place. So it sounds like a tornado rolling through the joint.
I was just trying to fix it.
Maybe we can get her a lapel mic and put it on there.
We could do that. We could absolutely do that.
Sure we could.
Have you? Then what are your thoughts though? Now listen, I'm going to turn this serious for a second.
Yeah.
Because I saw this video that was been going around, and this is going to deal with New Zealand since we're talking about the accent. So I watched this video of this guy, and I don't know what is happening with people's frame of mind. Have you seen the video yet?
Yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah.
Well, give us some background.
Well, what happens? the guy walks into a mosque and he has a shotgun, and it's all about I don't know the background. I don't really know too much. The thing that worried me, and I don't really care. The thing that worried me the most about it, though, is how effortlessly it was for this guy to go in. Because we're having, I'm thinking about this, and this is why I bring this up. Last night, we're having this great time with people, and we're just enjoying just being near people. There's nothing other than just having a good time. So at the same time, just a couple days ago, a guy walks into a mosque with a shotgun, semi-automatic shotgun, which I don't, and he, listen.
It was ripping the rounds off.
Listen.
Guy walks into a mosque.
No, listen. You have to watch it before you say that, because this guy went in there and he just tore this place up.
He just tore people
up.
This is like live footage, right?
Well,
yeah. Oh yeah, and then he'd walk.
He started before he even walked in.
Yeah,
he had a GoPro right here.
Yep.
He had a GoPro mounted on himself.
He streamed it live when he done it.
Yeah, good way to picture that situations. It's like watch the original Terminator when he visit the police station. It's the same way.
Yeah,
and put it in a first person kind of scenario.
It's not like a hardcore Henry kind of thing. Hardcore Henry.
Exactly.
Give me a second here. I'll tell you exactly what is really scares me about it is that the way he was doing it, and a lot of people play video games and everything. I'm a big video game fanatic, but when he was walking through there, does anybody remember the original Duke Nukem?
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like. That point of view,
or like a Wolfenstein,
or a Wolfenstein, exactly. That point of view with him going around just wasting people, man. And then when they're laying there on the ground, he walked right up to them and pumped another one in there before.
And it's just like and I hate to talk about this so soon in the show,
I know, right?
But the thing is, though, I don't understand, and like with politics now, because I'm seeing stuff on Facebook, and I'm seeing all this hate, and I'm seeing all this bullshit about people letting politics into their life so much that they're hating people. Like, when it affects you that much, everybody knows. Like, this junk that came out with the colleges.
Right.
And, like, these rich people paying off the colleges so their kids can go to school. Guess what?
Yeah.
Who didn't think that was happening the entire time? Is that some kind of a shock?
No.
Is that some sort of a shock? Is it a shock that a politician is doing some kind of shady business deal on the side?
No.
Is that a shock?
No.
Right? Okay. So when do you start letting politics get into your life so much that you can blame politics when it starts affecting your life? Like last night, we're having a good time. We don't give two shits about Trump. We don't give two shits about Pelosi. We don't care. We're having a good time, which is how it should be all the time. But instead, the next day, we get on here and we're consumed with all this nonsense about, like you have these. Here's what I have figured out. You have 300, 500 people in the United States that can make rules. Well, guess what? There's 300 other million people that if they don't like those rules, they're going to say, listen, take your laws, turn them around sideways, shine them up real nice, and shove them up your ass. Because you know what? They know what Civil War is going to be like.
Right.
You wrote a thing, Darren posted a thing not too long ago about Civil War.
Yeah.
It's like, it's coming back. And I'm thinking, why is this? Why can't people get along like they do on St. Patrick's Day? And then otherwise, the next day, they just hate. It's just like it comes and goes. Why is that?
I don't know, man.
I brought the show down. I know. It's way too deep.
I mean,
that's deep.
That really is. But
It's just like when 9/11 happened, and the next day everyone's waving American flags, and then what happened to that? Everyone came together. Everyone was an American. Everyone wanted to help each other and be there for each other, and then all of a sudden it's like no one cared
every man
anymore.
for himself
Exactly.
mentality.
And it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing.
It quickly.
Yeah, it really
Especially
is.
even with these events like that. It's almost like the next guy has to one-up the next guy. Like, oh, well, you did that. Well, you know what? I'm going to go live. And then, you know what I mean? And I'm going to get recognized that way.
Well, and I'm going to also say this. And and it might be kind of controversial. That's okay. I'm just bringing that up for conversation. Right. You have this one white guy from Australia go down to New Zealand and does this and kills 49 people in mosques. I think the number's actually higher now.
Yeah.
So what happened when it was the Muslim that went into the bar down in Miami and waxed the same amount of people?
Right.
Was it an anti-gay thing, or was it a religious thing at that point? See, that's what I'm saying. Right. So we're getting consumed with this stuff instead of just being happy and not. You get off of Facebook, get off of YouTube, get off of all this dumb shit, and then live your life. Quit worrying about what other people think and enjoy your own life. Then that way, It pisses me the hell off, actually.
People actually all of a sudden started getting to where they were butthurt about every damn little thing that they didn't like.
Well, there's that.
And emotions.
Everybody's a freaking sheep now.
There's that, and if you know yourself, that you can look anywhere. Everybody is an expert on everything now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Facebook lawyers.
I watch this or I do that. You know, and you can see it in any stinking forum on Facebook. We see Cindy and I. We see it in the goat forums.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Everything.
Somebody that's that's only been raising goats for freaking a year, just they decide to, okay, well, I'm a goat veterinarian and what I say is gospel, and it's everywhere in every forum, in firearms forums, and in just comic book forums. It's in everything, man.
Right.
Everybody's an expert.
Right.
Nobody knows, and then all the experts are putting down the ones that are just getting into this. Like say beekeepers have been beekeepers for 35 years, but now you got a beekeeper that's wanting to come in. Well, you don't know this, you don't know that. Nobody's giving anybody time to start.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you're at 100% or you're nothing.
Right.
And
right.
It's sickening.
Yeah, I mean it's funny. And then to break the conversation up though, did you see what Donnie Everett wrote?
Yes.
Okay. Because Donnie Everett wrote one thing, and Donnie Everett's a great friend of ours.
And then that person just joined.
Did he?
Yeah.
Right
below it.
Right
below it.
He is watching.
Well, anyway, Donnie said there would be no St. Patrick's Day.
Correct.
Unless it was one person. And guess who that person would be?
Vaughn
Haggerty. It's St. Patrick's Day, and you can see Vaughn St. Patrick Haggerty. That guy drinks green beer, and he does his sugary the next day because his name is Vaughn Haggerty. Todd put a virus on his computer, and it's not green, but Vaughn Haggerty will come out here and run a fast on it. It will be all clean. It's Vaughn. Roses are red, violets are blue, but shamrocks are green, and after tonight, so will you be. It didn't rhyme, that's okay. Get your tickets now to see Vaughn Haggerty this Saturday at the Bellin Arena with the Coors, the Davison Brother Band, and all the other Irish folk that we can't remember right now. Yeah, 681-222-7646 is Vaughn Haggerty. What happened to the computer there?
I don't know. I have no idea. Wasn't even touching the mouse.
Crashed.
Listen, I looked over at Todd's machine, and it was like going all over the crazy place.
So I just moved the cursor over to shut down. I didn't hear the button. It shut down.
But have you heard of limericks? Some people say limericks. Some people say limericks. I say limericks.
Limericks.
Not me.
We're going to talk about some Irish limericks as soon as my computer comes back.
Brucey, do you have some? Oh, Brucey. Do you have any limericks?
No.
It's Mick Brucey.
McBrucey,
Takahashi.
You want the other one, though, Chuck. You want the one that Chad sent, not the one that I
Listen,
sent.
this is turning into be a shit show pretty quick.
Right, that's the worst show we've ever done.
Yeah, and it most certainly has. We're going to shut it down absolutely pretty quick. Because the thing is, though, we have had a little bit of a great weekend. And I am.
Let me translate
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't prepare for this. I don't really even care about this right
That's
now.
unlike you. That's unlike you. Because
No,
you
it is.
weekend.
I figured you guys would pull your weight a little
No,
bit and bring something to the show.
Why do you
because
say that?
For
Don't even-
3 years,
Okay,
it's
well,
me every week.
I will tell you, I
Really?
liked what we talked about before the show. I like the Facebook memories, especially on St. Patrick's Day, because a lot of
They are
things come
fun.
up.
There you go.
I had things from when I was in Alabama. I had like festivals we visited. Me and Steph and the kids visited. We did. What else did I have show up? Oh, a dancing guy dancing the jig.
Yeah, that guy can sing.
Oh, yeah,
boy.
yeah,
Brucey was saying
Chuck,
something about that also.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You know that myself being an immigrant,
Yeah.
I went to try out taking a Irish immigration test.
Okay.
So they said, "Well, show me something Irish." And then I remember the dance move.
Yeah.
This guy posted on the Facebook.
Uh-huh.
So I learned the river red dance step.
Can you do it right now?
God, I wish we were outside.
But you know what? I said I missed a few steps, but I barely passed it.
Dang it!
Right
Very
there.
good.
And then
Brucey.
after that day, McBrucey,
McBrucey.
Takahashi.
Takahashi.
has been in the house as our resident Irishman.
I'm digging that hat too. I really like.
What
that
else,
hat.
Jimmy? I mean,
let's see what else. Oh, the infamous news story about them seeing the leprechaun down in
Listen,
Mobile.
that's when you start every single day. You get on Facebook and you see these memories, like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, however long it's been. Jimmy wrote to put this, and it was fantastic.
You have to tell what link people can go to watch that.
Well, have you not seen the link about?
I have, but
Daniel, have you ever seen the link about when they found the leprechaun down there in at Mobile, Alabama?
No.
Have you never heard of
you
that?
have to tell people.
You'll have
where
to
go.
share it to the Rogan Radio page
Yes,
or something.
it is.
And they actually did a rap to it.
Oh, really?
You haven't heard the
I
rap?
didn't watch that now.
Oh, the rap's the best.
Darren, get ready for the rap part.
Get ready for the rap, Darren. I mean, you have to do the rap, Darren. You have to do it.
And it's a rap.
Are you going to put it up there on the big screen?
Yeah, we're going to put it up there.
Oh. I know with this is Irish and Scottish, or I guess they're two different things. But that Scotsman song is great.
Hey, where did the Kiss Me Irish come from?
I don't know.
Alexa, where did Kiss Me I'm Irish come from?
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
Surprise.
Same. Shocker. And it was funny because I just put this video up here for the Leprechaun song, I Want the Gold.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came up,
God.
how often do you see an Irish Spring commercial?
Never.
Really ever. So listen.
Yeah, because in the newscaster, there's some guys who are saying, I want that gold, I'm going to dig it up.
Yo, it's hilarious.
As a piece of Irish folklore. A
leprechaun. This is down to Mobile,
I
Alabama.
wanna know what a gold like. I want to go. Give me the gold. Leprechaun could be a crackhead. I got hold of the wrong stuff. I wanna know what a gold like.
Yeah.
I want to go. Give me the gold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back or uproot that tree. I want to go. It look like a leprechaun to me. Look up at the tree. It look like a leprechaun to me.
That right there, the amateur sketch, genius.
Leprechaun say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Whoa, see the leprechaun say yeah.
One of the best daggone, I mean, and that's legit. I mean, now somebody took that stuff and
You
kind
have
of
to
made it
watch
up.
the video though to understand the song.
If you go on to
is
YouTube
so
and look for
funny.
Alabama Leprechaun, it's all you gotta do, and you'll see the actual news skit. This guy,
That guy's got more gold in his grill, man.
Great great grandfather, thousands of years.
They lived for a long time, Jim.
it's hilarious. It's hilarious. People on YouTube are actually pretty funny.
People are pretty, yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, memories on Facebook, they're fantastic.
My memory for this this day last year is I got the flu. That was my memory.
Not the flute. The flute.
Not the flute. I got the flu.
That's not good.
No, it's a bad memory.
That's bad.
I
Delete
know.
that.
I got
Get it
the,
away.
I got the flu again this
Well,
year.
maybe you don't delete it because then every year you can thank thank God that you're not sick. You don't have the
But
flu.
I got the flu again this year.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
maybe
you
you should
did.
delete it.
Yeah,
Maybe I
you
should.
did.
Maybe I should get the flu shot. God, I don't like to get the flu
Yeah.
shot.
Nope.
I got the flu shot last year, and I got the flu.
That's
This
how
year
you
I
got
didn't-
a fruit. I mean, you got sick from a
Yeah.
vaccination.
This year, I didn't get the flu shot. Got the flu.
But it's a dead virus.
Yeah. They said they said it's a hit and miss.
It hit me.
Say, anybody see Captain Marvel changing?
No,
subject?
but I want
Yep.
to.
I did.
They said
Negative.
it was real good.
I
Do you
did.
like it?
I liked it.
I liked it pretty well too.
You saw it too?
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Did you go to the movies by yourself?
You absolutely
You
did.
bastard.
I've done that
Did you?
before. Have you?
One time-
Has
one
anybody?
time.
Who
No,
goes to the movies by himself?
Yeah,
Heather,
I go there.
I've done it.
Yeah, I go there.
Heather, have you went to the movies by yourself? I never have. Daniel?
I haven't.
No.
No, I'm too
One
cool.
time.
I have
old.
friends.
Yeah, he's too cool. You got friends.
Too cool. He has friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too
brother.
I've never gone by myself.
I haven't either.
Really?
Now, I've watched,
Listen, do it one time.
I've done it a lot. You sit there and
I watched plenty
veg
of
out.
movies in the house by myself, but I've never actually went to a theater to
We're not
watch it by
talking
myself.
about those kind of movies. We're
Chuck
talking
watches
about-
them on his tablet. The bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the theaters, get yourself some popcorn, sit back. It's
A
good
lot
stuff,
cheaper that
man.
way, too.
Yeah.
That, every once in a while, I like to do that. Every once in a while, I like to do it just for the mere fact that I get to go, not worry about who else is with me and what they need, what's
movie
going
they
on at
wanna
work.
see.
Whether it's when I call that me time.
Yeah.
that is absolutely nothing but me and whatever's on that screen and nothing else.
Yeah, don't think about anything.
You know, you
It's
don't
great.
think about nothing else. I mean, I do it maybe once every 4 months if I'm lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot of good movies. It
And
depends on the
everybody,
movies, too.
everybody deserves to have that kind of time.
I know.
Chuck calls that single Mary Man time.
So, but I had to go see Captain Marvel because the new Avengers will be coming out. And I wanted to be able to see that before.
And
there's 2 end screens.
Yeah, there's one mid credits and one at the end.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah. Did you watch?
But
did-
I always stay for them all the time.
Yeah, I
Every
did too.
movie. I
Did you watch Aquaman?
Yeah.
Was it pretty good?
I haven't seen
Yeah,
that
it
one.
wasn't
I
bad.
liked it. I liked it.
Because I always thought Aquaman was kind of a weenie, but like he
He
does
seemed.
a
That's what I was
pretty
telling
good
Chad. I was like, I like
Aquaman.
that. I'd actually like to
Oscar
watch
Mayer
that.
weenie?
Anyway,
Yeah,
Foot-long
the
Franks, as far
story
as I
was
know,
good.
but-
The graphic was good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I didn't get to see it, but I know it comes out on Blu-ray on the 26th of this month. So
You'll have it.
I'll have it by that
Yeah.
afternoon. So
Target
Very-
Tuesday. Tuesday Target.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that.
No, I
Tuesday.
don't go to Target.
Oh no, I know why you don't. I know why you
I
don't.
go to Walmart.
Right on. Walmart. China.
Get it.
Wally World.
Target's
Gotcha.
just a richer version of Walmart.
Yeah, I don't like highfalutin people.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah. You know what? Now I have a big 3D TV and I love it. Like you don't see them anymore a lot of times in the stores, but you can go on Amazon and you could get a lot of movies that come out in 3D
That was the bad
on
thing.
there.
Right.
Because
You
3D
can't
is
find 'em in a
actually
retail
very
store.
good.
Oh, I
It's
love
very
my
awesome.
3D TV.
It's
I
very
think it looks great.
Didn't you bring the Rogue
Rogue
One?
One. Rogue
and
One
it was
looks fantastic.
very good. It was very good. See, I had the active glasses with the Sony in there, but
Yeah.
then they had the passive ones. But I've never watched the 3D movie with the passive glasses.
Come to my house. I'll get.
Is it pretty good? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
still pretty
it
much
looks
the same.
Real good.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to get some 3D movies off Amazon. Just
See,
to
that
have
was
them.
is it kind of a gimmick though? I mean, like 3D, it kind of went away. They were selling that
I
for
saw
a while.
Captain Marvel in 3D.
Well, I mean, as far as like, in the homes, they were trying to push that for a long time, just sort of like VR with cell phones. I mean, you
Yeah.
really that was like the hot and heavy thing for a while. I don't really hear anything about that anymore. You know, it seems pretty cool, and then you get it, and you're like, this isn't all that great.
I'll be honest with you. I'm so satisfied with Blu-ray. I mean, I don't even get into the 4K and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was
just-
going to say next. What about that 4K? I
Uh,
don't even.
They have
but,
8K coming out too, by the way.
The
already.
Blu-ray. I mean, the colors
I
are
love
so
Blu-ray.
vibrant. The sound quality that comes, even with the Blu-ray, the sound quality is actually better than the high def DVD.
Well, put it this way: Blu-ray's so good that you can wait until 4K or anything comes down to be, until the next greater thing comes out, and 4K is like the same price as Blu-ray is now.
Yeah,
and it will be. And it
But
will
I like Blu-ray, especially on a nice LED TV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's beautiful, man. I mean,
Now, see, I've got that big
right there.
65-inch
Yep.
Samsung's TV, and it's just like,
Yep.
oh my
Yeah.
god!
I gotta say, I love my 3D TV though, man. It's.
Do you have
incredible.
an LED, LCD? What do you have?
It's LED.
LC
Samsung, I think, or no, it's an LG.
See, my favorite kind of TV though is plasma. I will never, I'm sad to say that they don't make plasmas anymore.
I still have 2 plasmas.
Yeah,
and I bought those on your advice.
Plasmas are fantastic because there's no delay.
Yeah.
Anytime you get LEDs or LCDs, there's a delay, and you can almost see that. So they have to, you'll have 120 hertz, 240, whatever, and because it just can't be fast enough.
Right.
Plasma kind of looks like a CRT on the screen, kind of gives you that feel. But see, that's my favorite. The
But the
colors
blacks
of it.
are black and the reds are red, and they look pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty.
But now I go to Sam's every now and then, and I see some of those TVs, and they're like $600 now. First, plasma.
What's that one out? It's the OLED.
Yeah,
Is it
the
OLED?
OLEDs are out now
With the curved screen too.
Yeah, the Samsungs
Man,
make some of
it
those.
looks like we're just sitting right here in a room.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, on a side
Well,
note,
I don't really like it because you get off to the side, and it's like everything kind of just gets
What
real
about the
narrow.
curved TVs?
Do what?
That's what. Yeah, that's what Darren was just talking
ones?
about there.
Yeah, if you happen to be sitting off to one side or the other,
Yeah.
it's just like you got great picture over here, and then all of a sudden it just kind of gets like the end of a mirror that's angled, and it's kind of.
Oh yeah,
you
I got
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of messes with my.
Who
eyes.
was I telling the story to about when Jimmy and I went to go pick up the plasma? Who was I telling that story to? I can't say it on here.
Yeah, don't say that on.
No. Was it the girls or somebody?
I think so.
It was Cuddles, wasn't it? It was Cuddles.
It was coffee. It was Cuddles. It
Cuddles.
was Mark. I was telling Mark the story about when we went to go
Cuddles
pick
come
up the
to see us
plasma.
the other
Listen, Have you ever heard the story about when Jimmy and I went to go pick the plasma
We'll
up?
tell it to you after.
Yeah, we can't say it now. Yeah, but it was fantastic.
Now I wasn't with Jimmy. I was with Jimmy when we took we got Max Plasma. Remember that? Or his TV?
Yeah.
We had the back of your. What did you have?
I don't even remember at that time.
You had a
S10.
little S10. There was
At
like 4 of
ZR2.
us in the back of that truck holding that TV straight up and down.
On a side note, the 3D glasses at the movie theater work on my TV.
So you have a passive then? Yeah. See, mine you had to have batteries in and all that stuff.
Really? Wonder what the difference is if they look the same.
Now, can you take a regular television show and turn it into 3D?
I have a 3D button.
I don't know.
I don't
Now,
know.
I was able to watch.
I don't know what the difference
like
is.
DirecTV or one of them. I had there was actually 3D channels on there that you could watch TV in 3D. Like they had like Wild Kingdom and stuff, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Sports 3D.
Well, I think Netflix used to have
Well,
a 3D.
I think really, if regular TV shows you can't do that because they don't have the technology to go back to refilm those things.
Well, I
different
mean,
angles,
see,
right?
they kind of emulate it. Like say if I
okay.
on mine, you
Yeah,
hit the,
they
it's almost like an
layer it or
emulate
something.
button, and they kind of mess with that a little bit, and it pretty much it's not real 3D, but it kind of gives you kind of like a depth anyway. It kind of it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm beat.
Listen,
I've been at it, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am not into this right now.
We're at 37 minutes.
I'm just not.
37 minutes.
Yeah, but some nights we go like an hour and a half. So I
Last
guess
week
it's
was like
okay.
what, an hour and 26 minutes or something, Darren? I think it was like that. Hour 25.
Hour and 26.
Well, see.
So you're saying we deserve a short night?
If
Wait,
you want.
Lucy was supposed to read something.
Oh.
though. Can we do that?
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you can read it.
Listen,
we're
I
gonna
could care
do,
less.
we're going to do a
I really don't.
leperic,
Alcohol. Yeah, absolutely. St. Patrick's Day.
lemonic.
It's been a long
Is that anything to do with
I've been
leprosy?
up since midnight.
Like leprosy.
Being
Does leprosy come from that?
Limerick. You've been up since, since midnight?
Yeah. Well, actually, I've been up. What time did I get out of bed? 4:30.
Did you work today?
No, I didn't work today.
Thank God.
No, I was up because I was babysitting.
Oh. Are you going to tell us that story after the show?
No, that never happened, did it?
Nope.
No.
So next week will be a better show because we'll be totally rejuvenated.
Told you I wasn't feeling good today, D.
I saw pictures online. Looked like you guys were.
We had
feeling
a great time
pretty
last
Oh, it was
night.
fun.
We had a fantastic
So
time.
did they play like 80s music loud and stuff? Is that what
Yeah.
it was?
Live band? There was a live band?
They had,
Oh no!
yeah.
Listen, what's the name of the band?
Here, it's Eric Lewis. He has 80s enough.
80s Enough is fantastic. If you like 80s stuff, listen.
Yeah,
they're
they're good at
They're
it.
really,
They are.
really
Yeah.
good. They really are.
Yeah.
They really are.
It was fun.
We need to have them in here sometime.
Yeah, we do. I'll call up Eric.
Hey, look, this Kathleen girl said she enjoys listening to the show.
Well, you picked the
Kathleen
wrong night to start
Morgan.
listening, and I do appreciate it.
Okay, Brucey's going to read us a liverick.
Limerick?
Delivered.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
A liver luck.
Hold on a second, Bruce. To go with that, this Kathleen. Hold on a second. This to Kathleen says she works at the Gilliam House Bed and Breakfast. That one in Shinnston.
yeah, downtown.
I had no clue that existed
know what?
until like not too long
Really?
ago.
Right behind the firehouse there, right beside the
Yeah,
old post
I
office.
think what
Exactly, right
Kathleen-
beside the post
Yeah.
office.
I think
yeah.
what she should
What
do
is
is she should just kind
The
of let us
Gilliam
stay
Bed and
there
Breakfast.
for a night or two.
Never heard
Gilliam
of that.
House.
Film it.
Yeah.
Film it.
Go
Stay there for
stay
free
there.
for
Yeah.
2 or
Film
3
it.
nights.
Yes.
For a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in.
no, yeah, she.
Yeah,
and-
we ought to go stay there.
Well,
do a
they're actually
show.
doing stuff now. If a lot of stuff at the Shin House, like with marriages and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
it's kind of taking its
Really?
own form a little bit. So
Yeah,
yeah,
get married.
Cool. Yeah, I had no
Get
clue
married
that
at
was there
Shin
until
House.
recently.
really,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We
Same,
talked about
Jimmy.
that B&B, didn't we?
Yeah.
I
think we did.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, we ought to go to Gilliam House or the Shin Plaza or the Shin Plaza. That's where
Shin
the
House.
laundromat is. The Shin House.
Yeah, it's good.
We ought to do
The what
live.
house?
See if we can do live shows from there.
That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
That would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. But right now, McBrucey
McBrucey.
is going
Carry
to
on.
read us a liver lock.
Carry on.
A
you
liver lock.
I got technical malfunctions right now, so you can you go ahead start reading some.
Oh, well, I don't have it up
wait a
there.
minute.
Oh, Takahashi, let me find my liver lock.
Is that something you blow into your car before you'll start? A liver lock?
I don't know. Wait,
There
I
you
need
go,
an
Bruce.
Irish accent. How do Irish speak? Anybody Irish?
Remarkable.
They kind of speak like this, you know.
That's so unfortunate.
Like
Yes, yes, like William Wallace. Freedom!
Yeah.
Okay.
Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
Okay, there once was a boy named
blonde
O'Toole
Yeah, that's good.
who didn't act smart when at school. He tried to read books, but got dirty looks, and he grew up to be quite a fool.
Oh,
Dang.
I think there's a little bit of gypsy in there.
Sounds like Queen
Sound like it.
Elizabeth.
You're babbling.
I don't know. I've never spoken Irish.
There once was a plumber from Lee. He was plumbing his girl by DC.
Whoa.
She said, "Stop your plumbing. There's somebody coming." Said the plumber, "Still plumbing. It's me."
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
I love liver locks.
I love. Here's a liver lock for you. There once was a fellow McSweeney who spilled some gin on his weenie. Just to be couth, he added vermouth, then slipped his girlfriend a martini.
Oh, that's actually pretty slick right there. That was a pretty good one. And the accent was fantastic.
Thanks, Chuck.
You did good.
Marvelous.
What? We don't have another one?
Oh,
Look at the state of you.
Oh, well.
Bruce, you ready?
I beg your pardon.
Listen,
I was just trying to pick it.
That was hilarious.
keep going, Jimmy. Just make it
Yeah,
happen.
keep playing because
There
nobody.
once was a man from Nantucket
Uh-oh.
who kept all of his cash in a bucket.
Gorgeous.
But his daughter named Nan ran away from a man, and as far as the bucket, Nan took it.
See, that's the.
There once was an old man of Lyme
Hold on, just for a second there.
who
Mrs.
married 3 wives at a time.
Don't stop her, Chuck.
When asked why a third, he replied, "All absurd, and bigamy, sir, is a crime."
I feel like I'm watching Mary Poppins, and I love it.
So good.
But you know, when you said Nantucket, that is not the Nantucket that I know.
Nope.
Why?
Yeah, there's a different Nantucket.
There once was a man from Nantucket who had something so long he could suck it.
Oh, wow.
When they came stormy weather, how'd it go? They would jingle together and no.
There
That was the
once
man from
was
Cass.
a
I'm getting
man-
it mixed up. There once was a man from Cass who had 2 balls made out of brass. When they would jingle together, they would make stormy weather and lightning was shot out of his ass.
Yeah, that's
But the Nantucket one, I don't
my.
remember.
Quit your
Oh, my.
babbling.
Good
Just
job,
keep that
bobbling.
up. That's awesome.
Okay,
But
what else?
they're normally
Babbling.
filthy.
I'm kind of digging this
But it's
Irish
all-
accent.
Quit your babbling.
Liver locks have never been so fun. Let me see.
Marvelous.
Oh,
I
man.
went
that's-
to the pub for a drink. A man
Marvelous.
said, "It's St. Patty's Day, I think." So I pinched his arm. I really meant no harm, but now I'm sitting in the clink. What's the clink?
That's
Jail.
jail.
Oh,
Like Colonel Clink is a play on words on Hogan's Heroes.
yeah, that's funny. These are funny.
That was
The
so
clink.
straight. What's a clink?
When
Like
they-
Colonel. He was a colonel.
Oh my God.
I think I got it down.
All right. Anybody else have anything else before we want to?
There once was a man
Yes, we
named
do.
A.Z. who was as Irish as could be. It has often been told that he liked to spend his gold at the Irish gift shop here in Tempe. Where's Tempe?
Arizona?
Tempe, Arizona.
Tempe,
Okay,
Arizona.
these aren't making sense anymore.
You just have to find words that rhyme, babe.
I know.
Thanks.
Well, that was fun.
Hey, listen. Thanks for trying to bring it around.
Thanks.
Listen, I'm just not into it.
Hey,
And when you have a bad, when you're not into it, you're just not. I mean,
I
with me,
like liver locks.
that's when you guys have to pull it up a little bit. When I'm not, man, I'm just not. I didn't do nothing for this except drink beer all day. I could care. I could give. Listen, I apologize if you wasted your time tonight because I could give 2 shits right now about any of this.
Oh,
That is the
not
truth.
it's St. Patty's Day. We're
That's
gonna
what I'm
celebrate.
saying.
You're supposed to celebrate.
This
We
is
should be out doing
episode-
something else.
This is episode 132. Who cares?
Listen, I'm going to use that too tomorrow. Who cares? All right, we're going to shut it down on behalf of Chat Boo Show and the lovely and talented Michelle Rogan from Webster Springs,
I'm Irish today.
who just won the Webster really pulled it out. They were the first
Oh,
team in West
yes.
Virginia in basketball that has won every single game in the regular season. Who won every single day. They won out and they won the championship there on Saturday. So congratulations to the Highlanders.
Yep.
We had Daniel come in. Daniel, listen, next time you'll have to come in when there's a little bit more action going on.
Okay.
Heather, you two don't let this. Yeah. Cindy knows how it
I
goes.
think you're big enough, do you?
On behalf of Darren Brucey McBrucey Takahashi, straight from Dublin, Japan. Straight outside of Tokyo.
He was doubling his pants.
Yeah.
Dublin, Japan.
Yeah, he's got double
He's doubling what?
Jimmy Wiz from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh.
And Talk Captain Earl Beck. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to RoganRadio.
Good night.
Later.